to talk to us a little bit about her survivor in cancer. If you just give her a round of applause. Hello, Ms. Vanessa. How are you?
Hello. Thank you for having me here, Scott.
No problem. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about yourself?
I'm 44 years old. I'm graduated from Montgomery Community College here in Troy, North Carolina. I'm a mother of two, a 19-year-old daughter, a 23-year-old son, and I'm a grandmother of a 1-year-old grandson.
Awesome.
Happily to be a grandmother.
Awesome. We're going to get into asking you a little bit of questions about your survivor and, your survival of cancer, and just kind of tell our viewers a little bit,
Can you tell us about the cancer you had and experience about finding out?
I'm a breast cancer survivor of 10 years. I had a lumpectomy where they removed the tumor from my right breast. I went through chemo and then I went through radiation. And I'm here today. I mean, it was a long, drawn out experience. But just, I'm here. I'm here.
Right. So, where did you turn to for advice?
To God, someone I've known all my life. I remember just hearing the word when the doctor told me that I had breast cancer, and I remember going home that day after being diagnosed and just looking in the mirror. And I remember the thing that I said before I lay down to go to sleep, and I said, God, it's yours, it's not my battle. It's your battle.
Right.
And I just lay down and went to sleep. And ever since it's been his battle, but it's just been up to me to take care of myself, and I try to tell people that will listen, that will hear my testimony. I don't mind telling it, because if I could save one woman or child or someone that is not educated or don't know, the one thing I always say, always check yourself. If it doesn't look right, feel right, go to the doctor. And it's scary. It's scary. I wouldn't tell anyone that it's not scary, because it is. But it's better to know than not to know, because once you find out, you don't know how far that cancer has grown or how it has attacked your body. So it's better to know than not to know.
Right. Right.
What kind of effect did it have on your family and your friends?
Because of the family I come from, my family would not let me be a quitter. They did not allow me to have a pity party. Right. They did not allow me to feel sorry for myself. They were my rock. And my daughter, Gabrielle, she was my rock, because before I was diagnosed with breast cancer, Gabrielle had a classmate, I guess it would be okay if I say her name, Melissa Swan. And Melissa Swan was going through cancer, and they had to wear caps. So I think that Gabrielle was being prepared to go through that.
Right.
That God was preparing her and myself for that moment. So I've had a supportive family.
I mean, that's good that you had a rock to lean on. Everybody needs a rock when they in that time they need
Yes.
away. But how long did it take you to recover from breast cancer?
To be honest, I'm still recovering. I'm still recovering, because there's not a day that doesn't go by that you are always, it's cancer. Right. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And every day you're recovering. Every day is a new day. Mm-hmm. Every day you're just hoping and trusting and believing through my faith, right, that my body's healed. So every day is a recovery.
Was there a moment when you felt like there was no point in carrying on, or that you didn't want to carry on?
I would say I felt like I didn't want to carry on, but I won't say there wasn't a moment that I wasn't scared.
Right.
I think that would be the word I would use, is more scared than because first of all, I can't imagine life without me not being here. You know, I can't imagine life without Vanessa. And I mean, that might sound crazy to some people. So I'm just a fighter because I know my life has purpose.
That's right. You have some that give up really easy. And just a little thing of cancer can change somebody's life.
Yes, because you know, when I was coming up, you know, cancer was a death sentence. When you heard cancer, it was death.
Right.
And you know, and I would be sitting here lying if I said that when I found out that I heard that I had breast cancer, I was like, oh my God, breast cancer? I mean, I'm the oldest of 4 sisters, 2 brothers. And of course I was like, why me? You know, why did you choose me? Because I guess God has a sense of humor. Because Vanessa, I know you. You will tell the world. You will tell the world to fight and not die.
Yeah.
So, you know, so that's just my attitude about it.
I mean, it's good that you didn't give up.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Did you feel apprehensive about any of your treatments that you had, or any treatments that you went through?
The chemo probably is the hardest. Oh God, the chemo is probably the roughest. I think the chemo is rougher than going through the radiation. The chemo is rough. Just even saying the word just made me sick on the stomach because it's just rough.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit? Like,
chemo is a drawn out. You can probably my chemo's probably started. I would get to Pinehurst about 9 o'clock.
mm-hmm.
And I probably didn't finish my chemo until probably 6 o'clock. Because you have to wait for that drip for all those chemicals to go into your body. Those cancer fighting agents to get into your body.
Right.
So you're just sitting there and you're just hoping. And I can only speak for me, you're just hoping that it's doing what it's supposed to do. So the chemo was probably the roughest for me.
So, do breast cancer or cancer run through your family, or?
As far as my immediate family, my 4 sisters, my mom, I'm the only one. I'm the only one.
How does the threat of reoccurrence affect your life?
I did have a scare in '07. I had found another lump in my left breast, and my doctor, which is Dr. Japan, and the surgical clinic, you know, she went in and they removed the tumor, which wasn't cancerous, thank God. And so far, I haven't had any more tumors or any abnormal cells to pop up.
That's good. I know you mentioned before that I asked you who did you turn to or where did you turn to? You said God. What role did God play in your life during your time? Had to be a major role.
Wow. He just wouldn't let me give up. He kept reminding me of who he was. Y'all gonna make me cry. He just kept reminding me of who he was. That, you know, who he was. You know, he's never left me, or no matter what I've gone through as a child to where I'm at to this day, he's never left me. And he continued to remind me of that. So
you have a story that, you know, most people don't live to tell that story. You know, I consider you lucky. I mean, most people may not take breast cancer as serious, but it's still cancer.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, you're one of the lucky ones that are able to share your story with everybody. You know, and I really thank you for coming on here. You know, most people need to know. Don't take cancer lightly. If you found, you know, if you found something wrong with you, get checked out. I mean, there's no need to sit around like, oh, and
it can't happen to me. Or,
yes.
Yeah, because
there's no way it can happen.
It can't happen.
Until that's another thing that is so sad. Cancer, it's just like Satan. He doesn't care who you are. He don't care your race, your age. He just doesn't. Cancer doesn't care.
No.
And I stress that. Cancer didn't care that I was a mother. Cancer didn't care that I was someone's daughter, someone's friend, someone that wants to live her life helping others, loving others, and trying to help change the world. Cancer didn't care.
Yeah.
But I'm so thankful that I know who I am, the fighter within Vanessa.
That's right.
That I refuse, and I say that to this day, to let cancer take me out without a fight.
Right. Most people won't fight cancer. They just give up. They let it and give up. I mean, it's no need to giving up.
That's
you know?
true.
This guy got a purpose for you on this earth. You know, fight for it.
That's right, Tia.
That's what I say. Fight for it.
That's so true. That's
Fight
so
for
true.
it.
After going through what you went through, what advice would you give young women dealing with breast cancer right now?
Oh God, I have ran into some of the most wonderful people, women, and men that have become cancer survivors. And the only thing I would say, just live. You know, just live. Just live, that you live, that your testimony reaches someone, because you just don't know who you're passing, who you're coming in contact with, that you can help them get the help that they need. You know, to look at me, who would think that I'm even 44, have gone through what I've gone through, but I have. And people wouldn't know it if I didn't tell my story. So, you know, I met some wonderful people.
Now you just graduated, you mentioned you had just graduated college. What is your future looking like right now?
Right now, I just want to continue to just get out there and just continue to touch people's lives and hopefully find a job that's, you know, whoever needs Vanessa to come out and work in their office or just work, period. Here I am.
Y'all heard it first.
And it's good.
If y'all need to contact her, you can definitely contact us. We would definitely put you in contact with her for a job. If you need a motivational speaker or some office work period, just contact us and we'll send her out to you.
But this is a question off the head. Would you consider going around talking to young people? Not only young people, like I said, I see your drive. I think you have a lot to say, but it's just so much in you, and you feel like you don't have, you know, that drive for anybody, you know, thinking anybody not listening. I'll tell you what, I'm listening. I ain't lying. I'm listening to you. I'm not even lying. I'm listening.
I'll tell you, right now my focus really is for the young people. I wish the world, the society, the people in society, the people that are so quick to judge,
Right.
will really see the hurt and the pain of the young people. It just pains me because there's so much in me that wants to speak out. And I always say to myself in that quiet place, the world is really not ready for me yet.
Yeah.
Because there's so much within me that I'm just not leaning to my own understanding. You know, people are hurting because they cannot express who they are. Where, you know, it's just too much pain in the world, in society.
But I tell you what, you get those people together. You bring them to SS Buzz or send them to ssbuzz.com. You can contact us or request at ssbuzz.com. If you want your story heard, you can come on our show. Just contact us. We're always open to new things, suggestions, and everything else. But like I said, this woman right here has a lot to say. She has a lot to say, and you probably see her on
several shows.
The upcoming shows. Not only dealing with SS Buzz, but we are going to take it to the streets. I'm sorry, but we are going to take it to the streets because remember, if it ain't on the streets, then it ain't buzzing.
But I do want to mention some upcoming shows that we're going to have. We're going to be talking about Chappelle Corby, who is an amazing woman who was found guilty of possession of drugs in a different country that wasn't even hers. She was wrongly convicted and sentenced to 20 years in a prison that has horrific conditions. Recently there was a 14-year-old boy convicted in the same country and was convicted and sentenced to 6 years in the prison, and he's only 14. So we're going to talk about her life in that prison. We're also going to be talking about homosexuality on a show, which Miss Vanessa Marshall will be a guest. And we're going to be having a prank show. Those are just some of our upcoming shows. So stay tuned for more, and we'll see you next time.